going to lull you into a state of relaxation, sleep, or entertainment through ASMR. In present day, I just did a cocology test with you. The second test was very juicy and interesting, but I don't know about the accuracy. So rather than doing more cocology tests, I came at you with a test that I did on a whim on TikTok. And I was like, let's just see if it's right. I just quickly picked one, read the answer, and it was so accurate for me. So I wanted to do this test with you and see if it's accurate for you. It should be interesting. This is the How Do People See You First Impressions test. And basically it's what first impressions do you give off when meeting new people based on the fruit you pick. And for some reason it seems silly, but it was so accurate for me. And I feel like these TikTok tests have been very accurate for you. This is from Ethereal Minds. I don't know where this person finds these tests, if they make them up, etc. Just giving a shout out because that's where I find these tests on TikTok. So, out of the following fruits, pick the one you love the most, or just pick the one you feel most drawn to. So I think I just picked the one I was most drawn to at the time. And now doing this, I don't even remember which one I picked, but I'll show you the fruits. Pretty sure I picked this one. We'll see. And when I read it, it was so accurate. So when I read the one about me, I'll share which one I was. But just quickly pick the one you're the most drawn to, or the one you love the most if it's equal for you. And now I'll give you a second to choose that. Done! Hopefully you picked, because it should be instinctual. These tests are better when you just don't overthink it. So I'm going to read you each fruit, going in order. Starting with watermelon. Watermelon. If you picked watermelon, the first impression you give off is you're someone who takes good care of themselves, and you aren't flashy or in need of attention. You'd rather be mellow and grounded when meeting new people and save the rowdy parts of your personality for when you feel more comfortable. The quote is, "Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I'm changing myself." Rumi. Was that accurate if you chose watermelon? I feel like mine was so accurate, so I'm just very curious. Okay, next. If you chose grapes. Grapes. If you chose the grapes, people's first impression of you are that you are like no other person they've ever met. Physically, you might have some uniqueness about yourself, or it could be the way you dress. People see you as someone that is sure of who they are. Some people may be intimidated by your presence. You are a kind person with a strong sense of self. You are very aware of yourself and how your actions can impact other people's lives. People see you as someone willing to help and take charge. Overall, people see you as a unique individual with a lot to offer the world. And your quote is, "What are you? To define is to limit." Did you pick grape, and was it accurate for you? Let me know. Next is blueberries. If you chose blueberries, people's first impressions of you are that you are a very grounded person. You seem to have it all together. You give off very natural energy. You have a kind aura around you. You may even tend to attract negative people or even narcissists due to your energy being the exact opposite. I feel so sorry for you if that's true. Worse. People tend to be very comfortable even if it's their first time interacting with you. Overall, people think you have a very mature nature about you. Oh my god, I want to do this test to my sister because she's my younger sister. She is a blueberry. Quote, "You have shed 1,000 skins to become the person you are today." Did you pick blueberry, and was it accurate for you? Next, we have bananas. Bananas. If you chose the bananas, people's first impressions of you are that you are quite kind. You try to see the best in everyone. People see you as a non-judgmental person that they can trust. You seem to be very sure of yourself, which makes people a little hesitant to get to know you due to their own insecurities and self-doubt. You could also seem to be detached and uninterested, especially when it comes to small talk. And your quote is, I don't have a short temper, I have a quick reaction to bullshit. Bananas! Okay, now that I'm seeing this picture, I feel like I chose cherries. So, cherries. If you chose cherries, people's first impressions of you are that you are reserved. Some people might mistake you for being quiet as being stuck up or disinterested. Once people get to know you, they understand that you are just a naturally observant person. You find it easier to communicate with others once you've established some sort of connection. Overall, people see you as an observant person that's a little skeptical of everyone they first meet. Quote, I weep because you cannot save people. You can only love them. That's sweet. Hanya Yagahara? I weep because you cannot save people. You can only love them. I chose cherries and it was so true for me, and I'm going to touch upon that after the video just to get to all the rest of the fruits and not hijack the video. Next, pomegranate. If you chose pomegranate, people's first impressions of you are that you are an artistic and open-minded person. People see you as the type of person that only has a few close friends and prefers to spend time alone listening to music or doing some sort of art. You might have a hobby that requires you to be alone a lot. People see you as someone that sees beauty in everything. You have a sort of mystical, fairy energy about you. Fairy? Yeah, fairy. Some people don't understand you at all, but there are others that admire everything about you. Quote, I looked at everyone and wondered where they came from and who they missed and what they were sorry for. Jonathan Safran 4. Are these accurate for you guys? I want to know. Okay, almost done. Next we have orange. If you chose the orange, people's first impressions of you are that you are wise and adaptable. You could be the type of person that embraces life no matter what obstacles you face. You could be spiritual/religious. Right now you could be going through some major changes in life. You are trying to open yourself up to the possibilities and new experiences coming your way. People are seeing this growth in you overall. People see you as someone that is slowly changing for the better. Quote, still full of blood and hopes. And this is Wisława Szymborska from, I think this is a Polish person because the name looks Polish to me. Okay, next, or should I say last, tomato. Tomato is a fruit. If you chose the tomato, people's first impression of you are that you have a strange, unique way about carrying yourself. You might have a weird style or energy about you. People see you as someone that is not afraid to stand out. Most people admire this quality about you. People see you as someone that truly knows who they are and what they want out of life, even if you don't know it yourself. That is the vibe people get from you. Overall, you have this uniqueness about you that draws in others with shared experiences and interests. Quote, I will bleed for better reasons this year. That's it. It might seem like silly little tests that are made up, but I don't know, I found this one to be so accurate, and if you want to share why this one was accurate for you, please do in the comments below, or share what fruit you chose. I chose cherry, and I'm going to tell you why this is accurate for me. I was just talking to my husband about this, and I said, I used to be like a carefree and weird kid, and I would do just funny things and whatever. And somewhere along the line, I think maybe when I hit puberty or something, I did become a little bit more reserved. I was always weird and strange around people I was really comfortable with. So close friends and close family members, they would definitely see my weird side. But to the outside world, I can for sure seem very cold, maybe even maybe stuck up, definitely quiet. So people would always probably classify me as quiet, but if you know me, you know that that's so not true. And I was telling my husband that psychologically, I feel like the reason being for this is that there were members of, on my dad's side, his family, that were very judgmental people. And when you are surrounded by judgmental people, so if you yourself are judgmental and you have kids, you need to be careful of this, because I feel like being a child and being a sensitive person, I internalized a lot of this. And so when my family was judging other people, I almost thought that everyone else was going to be judging me. So I'd walk into a room and everyone would have the same personality as my dad's family, if that makes sense. So they would also be very judgy and critical, for better or for worse. So I just sort of became a little bit more reserved and would put my walls up in order to protect myself from being judged. And I told my husband, I feel like this is why I can be a little bit quiet or uncomfortable around people that I'm unsure of. So if they're new or people that I'm not necessarily very fond of, I just want to protect myself from being judged. So that's why. So when I raise my daughter, I want to make sure that we can all be judgmental, okay? I'm not making it seem like I'm not, we can all at times be judgmental and judge harshly, but I want to try to protect my daughter from that as much as possible, because I want her personality to shine. And I feel like my husband's family can now be kind of judgy, and it almost, in some ways, it feels like history is repeating itself. Like, my life is like maybe going to end up like, my daughter's life, and it's this weird thing. I can get into it a lot, but I just want to protect her from the world and everybody and everything. And I know that, like, maybe my parents tried, but they can't protect you from everything, and I know I can't protect my daughter from everything. I'm just going on a tangent, but it just freaks me out, because I just want her to be like a happy, well-adjusted person. Like, she's born, and from birth she was the most happy and like vibrant child, and I want to like keep that and like just make sure that her happiness follows her everywhere, because I feel like inside all adults are just hurt little children, and I don't want her to be like that. I want her to be like a thriving, happy, wonderful baby, and part of that is just not being so judgmental, I think. I don't want her around people who are going to be judgy of her, or like trying to like put their shit onto her. I could just go on and on about this forever, but yeah, my husband and I, we read a lot about like emotional traumas that can happen to you as a child. I always thought I didn't have any, but I definitely do. And my husband definitely has a lot of emotional trauma from how he was brought up, and we want to do our best to protect our daughter. And I said, like, you're going to grow up and you're going to have a problem either way, no matter what. But if it's something I can actively protect her from or prevent, I'm going to do my best to do so, because I want my daughter to be shining. And I read somewhere that like a weird child is weird because they feel comfortable to be that way. So I always want my child to be like comfortably weird, if that makes sense. I'm just going off on a tangent, but that cherry one really hit with me, and that's why I was like, okay, I have to share it with you guys, because I want to know if the fruits you picked are accurate. I feel like this was a really good test, and being like seemingly like silly, like pick a fruit. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting overly animated and excited, but I was really happy to share this test with you. If you want more of these tests, let me know, because they're always coming up on my page, and I have like a plethora of them. Sometimes I like screenshot them to save and read them to you guys, so let me know if you want to see more of these tests in the future. But for now, thank you so much for being here. Honestly, I just really love and appreciate you guys, and I feel like we're like so bonded, like we have such a strong connection and sense of community here, and I always want to keep that up. I'm always going to be responding to you guys and writing to you in the comments, My life is a little hectic, so maybe not as soon as I would like, but whenever I can. Thank you so